Hey, it's Jake Mace with Phoenix Longevity Arts. And we know, myself and you, the martial artists out there, let's call us the Immortals. We know that when you stifle human energy and human potential and growth, that it not only negatively affects your students in your school, but it affects all of us. The Kung Fu and the martial arts and the self-defense and the fitness and the Qigong that I teach, I didn't make this stuff up, and neither did you guys. But I'm so grateful to the masters of the past for getting together and for thinking of such an amazing way to express yourself and learn how to defend yourself at the same time. And here's what I want all of you out there watching to understand. The policy that a lot of martial artists and a lot of martial art instructors use of creating a culture and a mentality around hating, demonizing, and aggressively and consistently conflicting with someone, it's a very good and a very effective policy for organizing, it's effective for unifying, and it's effective for manipulating people. But it does not work in the real world, nor does it work in the martial art world, and it doesn't do anything to improve your skill, to improve your fitness, to improve your flexibility, your health, your fighting ability, or your internal or spiritual development. Creating a culture of hate, of ignorance, and of conflict around someone or something does nothing to improve your kicks, your punches, your sparring, or to make you better at push-ups, sit-ups, or squats. And what does make you a better martial artist and a better person is walking away from the negative, from the haters, walking away from the manipulative, and walking away from the culture of aggressive conflict, and instead practicing, doing push-ups, doing sit-ups, sparring, and practicing your moves. And I don't have all the answers, but when I see Royce Gracie, and when I watch Kung Lee, and when I watch Anderson Silva fight in the octagon, I get inspired and I get motivated to make my sparring better. And when I see Jack LaLanne and Tony Horton and Chris Powell work out, I get so jacked up that I immediately start doing push-ups and pull-ups. And when I watch Bill Wallace kick, I get so inspired, I practice my kicks and I try to make them more powerful, faster, and cleaner. And when I see Bruce Lee, and when I see Jackie Chan, and I see Jean-Claude Van Damme and Steven Seagal, and I watch their presence and their focus, I instantly get motivated to carry myself better. And lastly, when I see Patricia Bragg and Jack LaLanne and John Kohler and their diet, I put away the ice cream and I instantly start eating cleaner and healthier. I'm better at being a human being because of you all. We do things through cooperation. The ancient Kung Fu masters of the past made me who I am today, and they're already dead, but their lessons are immortal. We must challenge and inspire each other if we're to gain real martial arts skill. Negative manipulation is like overdosing on Ritalin, all right? I don't want you to be under control. I want you to be crazy. I want you to be out of control, full of fun, full of energy, but you have to take that energy and focus it on making yourself the best version of yourself you have ever been. Now, there's a movie out there called Bloodsport. It's my all-time favorite martial art movie. And in the movie, the antagonist, his name is Chong Li, he loses in the end fight to Jean-Claude Van Damme after he throws a blinding powder into Jean-Claude Van Damme's eyes. And instead of dwelling in despair and crying about it, Jean-Claude Van Damme embraces the blindness and he thinks back to the beautiful training he had with his master. And then he makes the evil Chong Li say mate through submission. After that, he's awarded the katana and the championship of the Bloodsport. And the organizers of the Bloodsport say to him, Mr. Dukes, you fought with inspiration. And so my friends out there watching, remember that Kung Fu and life do not need to be a blood sport. It needs to be full of inspiration. Inspiration that brings beauty and brings a higher quality of life, happiness, fun, love, ideas, and the immortal status to everyone. So if you're creating a culture of conflict within your group or your school or your students that is trying to bring about unity by hating on or demonizing one person or one idea, then not only are you stifling everything that's good, but you're creating a culture that breeds everything that's weak and slow and limited and prehistoric and stiff and old and angry and unhappy and scared and fearful, dark and in pain. And I don't know about you, I mean, you're your own person, but I need inspiration. I need partnership. I need help. I need cooperation. I need inclusion. not exclusion. And I need to have fun in order for my heart and for my mind and my body to be in the right place. And I hope that you do too. Are you ready for that? Are you? Are you ready to work it? My way that I'm talking about is not easy. It takes sweat, it takes soreness, it takes burning muscles, it takes training partners, and it takes an open-mindedness. And it must be done 24 hours a day, every day. But I promise you that if you work hard, and if you sweat, and if you scream, and if you train every day, you will become a true living immortal. And not only will you inspire yourself, but you will become a beacon of hope that inspires everyone around you to where they will say, damn, I want to be just like that person. Okay, so here's the challenge that the negative people and the haters face. You know, I get it. I've been there. I've been in dark places myself. I understand where you're coming from. The haters and the negative people, they look at their life and they're unsatisfied. They're depressed, they're out of shape, and they're in pain about the current state of the life that they're in. So they find someone, you know, maybe it's you, maybe it's me, they find someone that is currently thriving and that is living life to its fullest, and they just can't understand why that they can't raise up and live life as high as you or I are. So instead of kicking it into high gear, and instead of changing themselves to become a living immortal as well, what they do is they try to drag you down into the slums that they currently reside in. That alone is the main reason why I train Kung Fu. Because the self-defense skills that we learn for the fight in Kung Fu are not to prove yourself in the octagon. They are to defend ourselves against the depressing souls as they try to drag us into the mud. We must fight using our mind, using our body, and using our spirit to continue on living as an immortal and as an inspiration to others. Now, I've listened to a lot of you about the need you have to protect your martial art lineage. Your loyalty is inspiring. You've even inspired me and convinced me that lineage is important. Being loyal is important. But those that cannot do, and those who cannot inspire, and those who cannot even perform the material from their lineage themselves must instead convince their followers that they have a secret and they have exclusive information like Kung Fu techniques that no one else deserves and that no one else has. And many of them say this while at the exact same time their teacher, their Sifu, their master is busy writing books, producing DVDs, and teaching seminars for thousands of students, including white belts with only 1 day of training, of the exact material that these negative people are trying so hard to keep secret, suppressed, and exclusive. The teachers and the masters aren't hoarding it, they're selling it. And that's the reason why they produce the books, they put out the DVDs, and they teach the seminars. My friends, I'll tell you something that I've learned. Martial arts and its techniques for fighting and for fitness is for everyone for free. It's not for a select few. Anything that elevates humankind as martial arts does is free for everyone, and it's not for a select few. And if it's ancient knowledge that's been passed down from generation to generation to generation, it did not survive because of one person passing it down to one person, passing it down to one person. It survived because it was openly taught for everyone, and it's still trained today because many, 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 many people found it relevant and found enough value in the training to keep it relevant and to keep it alive to this day. If you want to kill something, then don't share it. If you want to extinguish a fire, then smother it. But if you want the fire to last and you want it to burn brighter, then you have to share it. If you copy my training methods and my martial art techniques, and you do a better job of performing and of teaching them than I do, then I will be proud that I was able to inspire and that I was able to teach you. I want everyone out there within the sound of my voice to understand this, that my YouTube channel and my information that I teach within each lesson is for you guys. It is free for everyone, hopefully to inspire you all and to raise us all up to a higher human potential. So I'm ready, and I'm currently practicing and training hard to become that example of a living immortal, which is the best form of myself that I have ever been. Are you? starts right now. Let's do it. So we're gonna do 5 animal forms, section 2. Section 1, we finished with our legs in this position, showing the tiger's claws. From here, step out, chop down, open up again, snap kick, and then snatch the dragon's pearl. In this position, we're gonna go block in and punch here, then go jab, jab. Then from here, circle my arms back colorfully, make the leopard fist, punch straight up into a good solid horse stance. From this position, I chop back, turn, open my hands, and I circle right, left, right, and then I jab left, right. Then I push 1, 2, 3, turn to cat and off of the claw this way. From here, I snatch again, and then I circle 1, 2, 3. That's the snake jumps over the twig, and then the snake enters the hole. In this position, come up, roll the claws back, double strike this direction, and then jab 1, 2, our final 2 strikes. In this position, I'm going to again press 1, 2, 3, make leopard fist again, which is just a tight tiger claw, and I cap them in the side of the head in a cat stance. And from this position, I lunge out to bow, smack them in the face, 2 smacks low, cat back into horse stance. So I'm coming at you with my leopard fist, smacking, 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 capping you all in the side like the right hooks of leopard fist. With that final smack in horse stance, we're gonna end section 2. Hope you enjoyed my motivation for today. Hope you practice section 2 and stay tuned for section 3 of the Shaolin original 5 animal form.